Hey friends, so somebody created a video in response to my last TikTok on the not all men issue, and it is really ripe for tearing down, so we're going to get into it. But as always, this video is for educational purposes and is not intended to bully or harass anyone, though I can't promise it won't make you uncomfortable and require you to use a few brain cells.
It is a very condescending tone of a feminist regurgitating the same ideas.
Talk about regurgitating the same ideas, because I haven't heard that one before. Perhaps I wouldn't have to speak to y'all like children if you would stop acting like children. Because there's only so many ways you can keep saying you have to do your homework, otherwise you don't get to play outside. The reality is that men like this in particular find feminists condescending because women that display power, strength, intelligence, eloquence, self-assuredness, etc. make them feel emasculated and scared. It represents a sort of role reversal that they either can't wrap their head around or don't want to wrap their head around for fear of losing their unearned privilege. So instead, they denigrate you. It's the projecting your own insecurities for me.
The same thing that's the podcast bros and the Tates are doing.
This is another one that just, chef's kiss. The idea that feminist content creators are somehow equivalent to literal, alleged sex traffickers and rapists. These are also creators whose content has been deemed so hateful and dangerous that they have been removed from YouTube and TikTok and other social media, and they aren't even allowed to operate their podcasts and whatever out of certain buildings anymore. If my content's the same as theirs, man, how come I'm still here? Could it be that one group is espousing things like taking away women's civil rights and falsely claiming biological superiority based on outright lies that has very dangerous implications, while feminists are out here saying stuff like, oh, I don't know, could you stop murdering us? And, oh yeah, I'm not really into the idea of fucking you because you treat me like I'm a trophy instead of a human being. And if feminist content is divisive to you, kind of sounds like a you problem.
There's one thing I would like to remind some of these feminists that are pushing it's all man and trying to demonize all men. The reality is that you do not want to accept it, but the only reason why women have rights and have these freedoms in order to express yourself and do whatever you're doing is because there are still good men out there willing to enforce those rights and protect you.
So here's the real crux of it all. This is where you let us know how you really feel. The reason women get to speak is because you let them do it. First of all, just kudos. I have never seen someone smack so hard into the point and completely miss it. The fact that women were once in a position where we could not speak freely or pursue education or a career or open a bank account, all that was because y'all, men, literally wrote our oppression into law so that you could relegate us to procreating and child rearing only. And so we could be your maids and your mommies and your blow-up dolls. It's men who all did this and decided that women were not human beings of equal value. And now, let me get this straight, and now you want to be thanked for giving us back the rights that you took away in the first place. Again, I gotta give you the applause. Truly, only the type of mental gymnastics that a mediocre white man could be capable of. The idea that we need men to protect our right to speak freely is, it's such a great one. Because for starters, why do we even need protection just to speak freely about how we should be treated as equal human beings? Is it because men don't like this proposition and some of them react to it with violence? Again, you created the problem and now you want credit and kudos for shielding us from it? Not to mention that y'all are really doing a shitty job of shielding us from it. A woman got hit in the face with a literal brick while a bunch of dudes fucking stood by and did nothing. All because she didn't want to give him her phone number. And when we called out the hypocrisy in the fact that y'all are always saying we need to treat you as the protectors and we need to be in our nurturer roles, but y'all did nothing here, then you flipped the script. You said, well, y'all wanted to be independent, this is what you get. So the retribution for not ascribing to your traditional gender roles means that that protection is rescinded. Noted. If that's the case, seems like the whole idea is on pretty shaky ground, no?
If we can't find common ground and are able to work together. But yes, I guess that's not so easy to market. So yeah, let's hate on each other because he gets clicks.
As for this last bit, you can be mad that I'm popular on TikTok, but I'm not in this for the click money. Do I think I should be compensated for my labor? Yes. Do I enjoy that I'm compensated for it? Yes. It helps me put that money back into organizations that support causes that I think are important. And it also helps me to buy news subscriptions and academic journal subscriptions so that when I make content, I have all of the data I need to make really effective and robust arguments. But the real number one reason that I am in this is because y'all are annoying as fuck and I am sick of your bullshit. It's really that simple. I like to scream into the void, and I like the fact that I can build a community of like-minded women and folks who can commiserate and feel supported and seen by the things that I'm saying. And making y'all annoyed and getting a little extra money to curate a lovely little girl dinner, that's just icing on the cake, baby. I am happy to tell you like it is, and I am happy to do the emotional labor and give you the tools you need to grow and do better. But I can't do this work and I can't compromise this work by constantly asking myself, how are men gonna feel? How can I make feminism something that's gonna appeal to men? Because if you need to be sold feminism as a what's in it for you situation, if our being treated as equally valuable human beings and being afforded the same opportunities as men and being able to live without the constant threat of violence is not reason enough for you to get invested, then I hate to break it to you, but I'm not interested in your thoughts or your participation, and you can get fucked.